Hello, my name's Councillor Graham Campbell and this is vlog 30 on Friday the 27th of September 2019. In this vlog I want to talk about policy versus operational issues. As councillors I can define our role in three key headings. Number one, to set policy. Number two, to scrutinise the council to ensure they're delivering against that policy and to ensure they're delivering against the legislative requirements set by the Scottish Government. And of course three, to work with constituents to ensure that our constituents are getting the service that they deserve, are entitled to by our local authority. However, there seems to be a little bit of confusion out there about what we can achieve for you as local elected members. And therefore, in this episode, I'd like to quickly describe what is policy and what is operational, and therefore what we can do for you and what we can't. So I'm going to take this cup of coffee up to the cupboard that I call an office and try and explain the difference between what is policy and what is operational. Roads is probably one of the easiest topics to define the difference between what is policy and what is operational. During the first term and a half that I've been a councillor, I was inundated with complaints from constituents complaining that drivers were speeding on Colin Hill Road. With so many complaints, not just coming to me as a councillor, but the other ward councillors, it would have been disrespectful not to do something about it. So after some studying by the roads officers in South Lanarkshire Council, we took the decision during the planning process for Straven West to implement a traffic calming measure on Colin Hill Road. So therefore we were setting policy to reduce speeding or alleged speeding on Colin Hill Road. And this is where we move in to operational matters, because as elected members, as councillors, we have no authority to tell the roads experts in South Lanarkshire Council what type of traffic calming measures are required to slow down traffic on Colin Hill Road. I can only imagine that you already know what I'm about to say. I'm now being inundated with complaints about the pinch points on Colin Hill Road, but I'm afraid as an elected member, as a councillor, there is nothing I can do about that. It was an operational decision on the design of the traffic calming. However, I am listening to every complaint I receive and I'm passing those complaints back to the SLC Roads Department. The challenge I face as a councillor is those experts in Hamilton tell me that the pinch points are working. Thank goodness this next example doesn't come to me that often, but from time to time I get employees of South Lanarkshire Council, employees who are also constituents here in Avondale, coming to me about issues they're having in reference to their employment with the council. In every single one of those cases, as a councillor, I have no option but to walk away. All employees of South Lanarkshire Council take part in what is known as the Employee Code of Conduct. This is a formal document that is signed as part of their contract of employment. There are occasions during any grievance, disciplinary action or dispute, councillors do get involved, but this happens at very specific and documented times during any employee dispute with the council. As a result, all employee issues are therefore operational, and as councillors we absolutely cannot get involved. The final example I'm going to use is council housing, because I get a lot of housing cases every year where constituents tell me why they deserve to jump to the top of the housing waiting list. The housing allocation policy in Scotland is set by the Scottish Government, and South Lanarkshire Council therefore delivers against that policy. When a constituent approaches me asking why they're still on the housing waiting list, sometimes months and even years after applying, my job as a councillor is to look into their case, to see what points they have, why they have these points and where they are on the housing waiting list. And this is where we move in to operational, because as an elected member, as a councillor, I cannot move anyone to the top of the housing waiting list, because South Lanarkshire Council are simply delivering the policy set by the Scottish Government. I hope you understand that as an elected member, as a councillor, I deal with some horrendous and heart-wrenching cases every year. But as an elected member, I'm bound by the Standards Commission in Public Life Scotland. And as a result, I'm bound by a code of conduct, a councillor's code of conduct that enables me to take part in policy setting and also scrutinising the council to ensure that they're delivering against those policies and the legislative requirements set by the Scottish Government. And finally, I'm allowed to get involved in supporting my constituents, ensuring that they all gain access to the services that they're entitled to. But that code of conduct does not allow me to get involved in operational matters. Since 2007, I've done my best to deliver a service to every single constituent. Unfortunately, in some cases, I have to say no. I don't like doing that, but unfortunately, in a lot of cases, I've no choice. I therefore hope this video has been useful. My name is Councillor Graham Campbell. Thank you for watching.